the network for the AV industry.
What are you listening to?
This
This is AV.
This
is AVNation.
This is AVNation.
This is an AVNation special, the 2020 Almo E4 Experience. This is Tim Albright with an AVNation special. What we are doing is actually AVNation is heading out with the folks at Almo Pro AV for their E4 events, their E4 Experience events this year. 4 events. We will be at all 4 of them. First one is March 13th in Santa Clara. The second one is April 3rd in Washington, D.C. September 22nd brings us to Dallas, and October 22nd brings us to Boston. With me today, talk about the 2020 E4 Experience is Ms. Melody Craigmile. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you, Tim.
So let's talk about this for a second. E4 is the E4 Experience has been around for a little over 10 years. You guys have been educating folks for 10 years. Mr. Gary Cave from Rave Publications, he has been keynoting that, I want to say, almost since the beginning, if not from the beginning.
Yes.
He's going to kick off the day with the future of AV design, and you guys are really kind of, a couple of the classes plus Gary's keynote is really focusing on the user experience this year.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, sort of taking a page out of AVIXA's book with their branding, and they are our education partner at the E4 Experience and have been since the beginning. We're really focusing on the user experience and what does AV mean for the people who are experiencing it. So I think this shift to talking about AV in a different kind of narrative from the end user experience is very important, and we want to continue with that dialogue in our E4 Experience events in 2020.
Yeah, one of the classes you have, and what's one of the things that makes the Almo E4 Experience kind of unique is we mentioned the fact that it's 4 different parts of the country. There are education, AVIXA, CTS, renewal unit education throughout the day. One of the classes you have is also user experience as well.
Yes, so Chuck Espinoza from AVIXA is going to be with us. He's by far one of the favorite AVIXA instructors in the country, and he is going to be talking about designing for user experience and talking about it in a different way than Gary will be talking about it, more in UX design types of things. But we're glad to have Chuck back on the tour. And one other thing I wanted to mention that we started last year that we haven't talked a lot about is that not only are we having courses with just CTS, but we also have CTSI and CTSD certified classes this year. So we're really trying to cater to those folks that have gone to the next level and done the certification for I&D.
Well, that's a huge thing because a lot of the times you won't find that, especially in the regional shows, you won't find that they are used for those specifications, both the installer and the design specifications.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and I just think it speaks to the quality of the education that we aspire to have at the E4 Experience. It's not just a manufactured half a credit type of of instruction. It's genuinely industry trends and designing and integration and all the things that you would want to get out of a course that you would take your valuable time out of the field or from your business to come and learn about the latest trends.
Yeah, absolutely. Another track that we're doing is talking about the service models, and this is helping integrators realize areas where they can start helping their clients in a more as a service, whether you refer that as AV as a service or video conferencing as a service, but looking more in helping integrators get more of a service model into their business.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, as we've been talking about this in the industry for many years now, but it's really coming to fruition where these integrators are seeing the opportunity for that service revenue, that recurring revenue, and this course will help to outline, some of the ways that they can shift their business model from just installing the hardware and maybe having just a service contract, more of a support kind of contract, so that they are continually to be in touch with that end user. And when it comes time for the technology refresh, they're going to be the integrator of choice because they've been supporting them for the past 3 or 4 years in their business.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a continual touch, right? It's a continual communication with their clients. Also looking at IT and AV convergence. This is also something we've been talking about for a real long time. And it's also something that integrators and manufacturers are able to kind of come together now, whether that's, looking at AV over IP or just audio over the internet, control as well as resource management over the network.
Yeah, there's 2 courses in particular that are going to be kind of doing a dive into that. One is from Joe Cornwall with Legrand, again, one of the industry's favorite instructors. He's going to be talking about the convergence and in particular, putting things on the network and what that means for the installation and the design of the project. So we're excited to have him back on the tour as well.
Yeah, Joe's if you get a chance to take a class with Joe, I would highly recommend it. I don't care what he's talking about. So
Absolutely. He's also
yeah,
doing one on USB technology, which was very popular last year. So we're bringing that back on the tour this year.
yeah, absolutely. Another one that we're doing, and this is a 3-parter, so I want to make sure that we highlight this for a second. It's a 3-part class, so there's 3 separate sections of this, but you guys are doing a direct view LED installer track. Talk about the 3 different sections and the 3 different classes that folks will take.
Yeah, but this is very exciting for us because we've never actually done anything that was just specifically targeted towards installers or specifying engineers. So this is really going to be a genuinely hands-on type of class. 3 parts where we're going to take people through. The first part is on the actual direct view LED technology. This is with Adam Coleman, who just joined us about 6 months ago. He was formerly with Apson, and he actually wrote their curriculum, their design and training curriculum for Apson. So the first part will be on the actual direct view LED technology, different pixel pitches, when to use what, where, and what environment. So Adam will be teaching that first part. Then the second part is going to be with our partner, Peerless AV, and they're going to be covering the different types of mounting solutions. So this is this extremely important part of these installations, as you well know, Tim. I mean, the structures, the site surveys, how to mount them, ADA compliance, all these different aspects that have to be considered when you're mounting these LED walls. And then the third part is going to be with our partner TV1, and we're going to be talking about the content and the signal distribution. With direct view LED, one of the beautiful things about it is all of the very interesting configurations that you can do with those, and how do you make sure that the content is distributed in the correct manner. So they're going to be going through some content strategies. So we feel like that this is really going to give people I'm calling it the essentials of direct view LED from start to finish, and take some of the mystery out of direct view LED, because I think for some people it's a little bit there's a little bit of mystery and what is it and how do I do it, and so we're trying to make this more approachable for people and understanding that it's the price points are coming down, the technology is becoming more approachable, and that's what we're trying to communicate out to the industry.
Well, in addition to that, the folks like Adam from you guys from Almo Pro AV, but also the manufacturers, Peerless and TV1, they are helping integrators as to learn, right? Especially in this course, but also as the year goes on, they're helping with design services. They're helping with walking them through, if they've never done one before, where kind of some of the gotchas, where some of the hurdles are that they have seen and helped other integrators as well. So yeah, folks, you guys are helping integrators as well as the manufacturer are as well.
And Adam's been a great addition to our team and a great asset, because he is really helping the integrators design in these projects from the very beginning, and his expertise and knowledge of this market is just a real asset to Almo and to our industry.
Yeah, absolutely. Finally here, we're going to talk about my session, actually. We're going to get together talking about esports. Here's the thing. The esports is one of those things that I have been involved with and interested for a long time. Not for nothing, but I grew up in an era where we played video games, right? And it's something that's still fascinating to me, both from a technology standpoint and entertainment standpoint. You're looking at it as a business. But over the last 5 or 6 years, the AV industry has seen this opportunity to augment and to help the facilities, both from an education standpoint, education facilities, higher ed folks that are putting these facilities together for esports teams, in addition to live events and streaming events. So
Mhm.
I'll let you talk for a second, but also want to highlight some of the areas that we're going to talk about. What was your thinking in bringing kind of the esports into the E4 experience?
Well, we've been seeing quite a bit written about it in the industry and the different trade publications, and the opportunity in this market is enormous. As you said, both in live events and then in higher education, and even in high schools are getting in the game here, so to speak, with starting up the esports teams, because they see that this these past couple generations are the video games. And I think it's becoming it's becoming a recruiting tool for higher education with these esports teams. And we just see this as a tremendous opportunity for the AV industry, and we just want to increase people's understanding of where the opportunities are, and help them understand how they can help their end users with these esports markets. And there's this very specific language that gamers speak, and there's a lingo, and there's all kinds of there's a real ecosystem all around this esports opportunity that we're just trying to help people gain an understanding about.
Well, and the one thing that I'm going to cover, and we're going to cover with the experts, we've got somebody from Almo, we've got a couple of integrators as well, is the understanding of the differences here. And when we talk about esports, Melody's right. You have folks as young as high school who are creating facilities for these gamers and for these teams, because there are some colleges and universities who are creating scholarships, right? So if you get
Hmm.
them young early and you get them in high school, and you're able to develop that and help these young athletes, they can actually get scholarships, and then that translates over into the higher ed facilities. These are both obviously permanent installs from an integrator standpoint. Then you do have the live events. Now, understand these are two separate types of
Right.
technologies, and these are two different types of opportunities. Both of them surround the esports business, and
Hmm.
understanding that, right? There was an event, a facility in Vegas at the Luxor, actually, that was installed for that very reason, for a live esports event facility. So we'll talk about the possibilities, the opportunities you have here, and the different specialties and tool sets you need to kind of maximize on these possibilities.
Absolutely. When you're getting into the live events, that's when you are crossing over to that arena of broadcast. And from my understanding, the switching and these installations is just a key thing because of the action that's happening so quickly. So understanding the broadcast needs on top of just uh, the needs for the monitors and the LED walls that they're using to
Yep.
show it at the live events. There's so many different aspects to it, and I think we're going to be covering some of that in our discussion. But definitely a lot to consider before diving into it. But the opportunity is enormous.
Absolutely. All right. We will see each other, Melody and I, and we'll see you hopefully at the E4 experience, the Almo E4 experience. Again, that is Santa Clara at March 13th. April 3rd is in Washington, D.C. If you are in the Dallas area, September 22nd, October 22nd, we will be in Boston. Melody, if somebody is interested and they are in those areas and they want to come, how do they register and how do they get more information?
It's real simple. They'll just go to www.e4experience.com. And I did want to mention that thanks to our partners, our manufacturing partners, we are able to offer this entire day complimentary at no charge. So breakfast is included, lunch is included, all of the courses, exhibit hall pass, parking, everything is included. So come out and join us, Almo and Avixa and our partners, and we would love to have everybody in that Santa Clara and DC area come join us this spring.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the other thing that we didn't really cover much of. That is, there is actually a trade show there. There's a show floor, an exhibit hall, where if you haven't been to Infocom or aren't able to make it, to other trade shows, you can come to one of these regional events, get your hands on some of these products, these new released products, talk with reps from the companies and get your questions answered and kind of take things out for a spin. So absolutely.
Yeah, we've got about 40 exhibitors. We've got some new partners that will be with us this year, including Epson and Sony and Hudley and Zoom Rooms and lots of great new stuff. So we haven't been to California and this area in a couple years and won't be back for a couple years. So this is your chance.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, you can find out more about the Almo E4 Experience, e4experience.com. You can register there. Melody, thank you so much. If somebody wants to find out more about Almo Pro AV, how do they do that?
It's just almoproav.com.
All right, very good. For us, again, you can find us at the E4 Experience, both in Santa Clara and DC, and also in this fall in Dallas and Boston. But for us, you can go by our website, AVNation.tv. That's AVNation.tv. Find more programs and coverage like this. All that and more at AVNation.tv.